Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball. Game 2 of a 4-game series here in Houston against the Astros is Yonny Chirinos going against Lance McCullers Jr. today. Your Rays coming in at 8-15. The Astros a couple of games above 500 at 12-2. The starting pitcher tonight for the Astros is Lance McCullers Jr. On the season, he's 0-2 with a 5.57 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus these Tampa Bay Rays. He's had 6 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 2, and struck out 7. Ji-Man Choi, the first man to stand in against McCullers Jr. Rays in their road all gray. Astros in their home all white. And the first pitch here in Houston is fouled away. So the lineup that Lance McCullers Jr. will face. Leading off at first base is Ji-Man Choi. Batting second in left field, Hunter Renfroe. Batting third and playing shortstop, Willy Adames. Batting cleanup at second base, Brandon Lau. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Austin Meadows. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jose Martinez. Batting seventh, third baseman, Joey Wendell. Batting eighth, the catcher, Michael Perez. And batting ninth and playing center field, it's Kevin Kiermaier. 62 degrees here tonight in Houston. Got a couple of innings before the sun goes down. 8:10 local time, 7:10 here in Houston. Another pitch outside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Choi. That one grounded right to the first baseman, Yuli Gurriel, who will easily tag the bag and retire Choi. So the first man to come to the plate for the Rays is retired. And now it's Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe batting .238 on the season, is 0 for 3 and with a walk thus far in the series. He stands in here against the righty McCullers Jr. and the first pitch is fouled away. The Rays 8-15 on the season. They have a 6-game losing streak. They're 5th, dead last in the American League East, as that one is charged by third baseman Bregman. He'll pick it up with a glove, and his flip to first will be just in time to put out Renfroe. So now there's 2 outs here in the first for Willy Adames. Adames is 179 on the season. He's 2 for 4 in the series with a couple of doubles. Of course, this only being game 2. Those came last night. Another righty on righty from McCullers Jr. Adames takes a fastball inside, and it's 1-0. So the Rays matching their worst losing streak of the season. The skid is now at 6 games. They're dead last in the American League East. They're 8 games back of first. That would be of the Yankees that are 16-7. A cut and a miss from Adames, and now it's 1-1. Earl Hendricks there, your home plate umpire, calling the balls and strikes. And now the 1 went to Willie is inside. Adames taking a couple of pitches inside the zone, and it's 2 balls and a strike. McCullers Jr. getting the first 2 outs rather easily. A cut and a miss there. And he's a strike away. 2-2. They count even for the Adames here. And now the pitch from McCullers Jr. And they're going to say he went around. McCullers Jr. picks up his first strikeout tonight. That time against Adames. Rays go 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first. The starting pitcher today for the Rays, it's Yonny Chirinos. Chirinos is 1-1 on the season with a 3.09 ERA. In his last start, he had a no decision versus these Astros. Went 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, gave up an earned run, a walk, and fanned 4. The Rays would ultimately go on to lose that game 12-4. The Astros would win that series 2-1. And now leading off the first inning for the Astros, it's Alex Bregman. Bregman 0 for 3. With a walk in this series. That one in there for strike 1. So the lineup Yonny Chirinos will face. Leading off and playing third base, Alex Bregman. Batting second in center field, Miles Straw. Batting third, the DH Yordan Alvarez. Batting cleanup, the shortstop Carlos Correa. Batting fifth, the first baseman Yuli Gurriel. Batting sixth, the second baseman Aldamis Diaz. Batting seventh, the right fielder Josh Reddick. Batting eighth, the left fielder Kyle Tucker. And catching and batting ninth, it's Martin Maldonado. A bit different lineup for the Astros. Completely different from last night. A lot of guys getting days off. And as that one is flied up, the right fielder Meadows will go back, but he's under it to retire Bregman. Fly out to right for the leadoff man. Brantley and Springer getting the night off. Altuve as well. The only guy coming off from a night off is Miles Straw. This guy here who played shortstop last night was replaced by Carlos Correa as he grounds that one to Adames, and the throw to first will be good. A good play there defensively by Adames to retire Straw. He goes down 6-3. Straw played so good last night that I suppose they had to keep him in the lineup. He's in center field here tonight. He was batting .417 going into that at-bat. He was 3 for 5 in the series, and now with 2 gone in the first is Yordan Alvarez. The DH is batting .387 on the year. He's 2 for 4 here in the series as he pops that one up. Chased by the center fielder Kiermaier. He's going to go back near the wall. And that baby is out of here. With 2 outs in the bottom of the first, the slugger Yordan Alvarez comes to the plate and sends one into the home bullpen for the first run of the day for Houston. They take an early 1-0 lead. The 4th shot of the year for Alvarez, as he is now 3 for 5 on the series. Picks up a home run here in the first inning, and now Houston strikes first. Only 5 pitches so far for Chirinos. All 3 batters that have come to the plate have pounced early. Alvarez the first one to make real solid contact. That one just getting over the wall. Under 400 feet the distance, and now it's the shortstop Carlos Correa. Correa 7-game hitting streak. He's .328 on the year. He's appearing in this series for the first time, as it was Miles Straw that played his position shortstop last night. He comes to the plate with the bases empty and 2 out. The Astros do pick up a run here in this inning. A solo shot given up by Chirinos, so 1 hit, 1 run for Yanni. And as that one is grounded right to the shortstop Adames again, and his throw to first is good. A little bit low, but good to retire the side. So the Astros in a quick bottom first, strike first on a solo Alvarez home run. The Astros now lead 1-0 at the end of one. Brandon Lau will get this inning started. He's 2-14 on the year. He's 0 for 3 in the series. It'll be Brandon Lau, Austin Meadows, and Jose Martinez to face Lance McCullers Jr. in the second. The Rays went down in order in the first, including a strikeout for Adames, a cut and a miss from Lau there, and it's 0-1. That fastball right down the pipe at 95. A lefty on righty matchup, as it is towards the bottom part of this lineup. Kevin Cash going with a couple of righties early. The Rays are probably experiencing the worst offensive stretch of the season. They've been shut out at this point for 3 games in a row. Trying to get off the schneid, the streak of losing is 6 games. They're now 8-15. If you're doing the math, that's 7 games under 500. They were just a game under before it all fell apart. But it's still early. We're in only late April. A lot of ground left to make up. We're only 8 games back of the Yankees. Lau takes a strike there, and the count to him is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 18th pitch upcoming for McCullers. The pitch. And they're going to ring him up. Got just the outside part of the plate. Lau keeps the bat on his shoulder, and now is headed back to the dugout. The second straight strikeout for McCullers Jr. dating back to the last inning. That pitch looked to be a hair outside, but Earl Kendricks calls it a strike. Second strikeout of the game for McCullers Jr. And now that with 1 out will bring up Austin Meadows. Meadows in a bit of a cold slump. He's batting .200. He's 0 for 4 in the series. The first pitch for McCullers is outside. That pitch just about in the same spot as the last one to Lau. That one called a ball. And now the 1-0. Meadows fouls that one away, and the count even at a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. So the Astros that will come to the plate in the second to face Chirinos. It'll be Yuli Gurriel, Aldemus Diaz, and Josh Reddick. as Meadows fouls another one away, and it's 2-2. Rays down 1-0 in the top of the second. Astros take an early 1-0 lead on a solo home run by Yordan Alvarez. And has he been slugging this series. He's came into this contest batting .387, one of the hottest hitters, arguably the hottest hitter in the American League. He was the 2019 AL Rookie of the Year. He's continuing that stretch. And now the payoff to Meadows is a called strike 3. So for the second batter of the inning, the Rays get a full count and strike out looking. That's now number 3 on the day for McCullers Jr. And now with 2 outs, it's Jose Martinez to come to the plate. Martinez is 190 on the season, appearing in this series for the first time. It was Yandy Diaz at the DH spot yesterday. Both righties, but Martinez gets the nod here today. Now the first pitch from McCullers Jr. is taking strike 1. A lot of taking strikes over that part of the plate thus far, and it's 0-1 to Martinez. That one inside, and it's 1-1. Another take by Martinez, and it's 2 balls and a strike. McCullers Jr. has looked good. He's put down the first 5 Rays in order. Martinez looking to change that. Another take, and it's 3-1. Joey Wendell would bat next if Martinez was to reach base. And now the 3-1 from McCullers is high. So the Rays get their first base runner of the day. It's a 2-out walk to Jose Martinez. And that'll be Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell, 237 on the year. He's 1 for 3 in the series. The lefty stands in against the righty McCullers Jr. with Jose Martinez at first. And 2 outs. The Rays down a run. 30th pitch from McCullers Jr. He's had to work a little bit. Wendell in his career against McCullers is 167. The 1-0 pitch is taken down the middle. That curve action, bit of a knuckle curve, I suppose, or has really hung up these Rays hitters. They've been hesitant, and instead of swinging, they've just let the balls go by for strikes. Even at 1-1 for Wendell, and now this one is outside at 2-1. That one probably didn't break as McCullers had intended. Now Wendell goes up in the count. McCullers sets and deals, and it's down the middle again for strike 2. He's a strike away from getting out of the inning. He's got a 2-2 count to Wendell, the number 7 man in the order. And now the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher, Martin Maldonado. Wendell will safely get to first base, so it's going to be a strikeout, and I suppose a wild pitch, as that is how it will be ruled. So Wendell strikes out, but will reach base. A good hustle play. And our runners at first and second. And that will bring up the catcher, Michael Perez. Perez 164 on the year. He's 1 for 3 in the series. The everyday catcher now for the Rays with Zunino out. It's Martinez at second base. Wendell up first with 2 outs. After the first 5 Rays were retired, the last 2 have gotten on. Wendell via a wild pitch came on a strikeout. If he had taken it, he would have walked anyway, so bit of a strike of luck for Wendell. He reaches base via strikeout, and now the 1-0 to Perez is fouled away. That one probably would have ended the inning had it stayed fair. Rays trying to get busy here in this top of the second. The 1-1 to Perez is called for strike 2. And now McCullers Jr. once again a strike away from getting out of this thing. And now the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Perez strikes out. It's the 5th punch out of the day already for McCullers Jr. He gets out of a little bit of a jam, and he's got his Astros with a 1-0 lead as we head to the home second. It's Yuli Gurriel to come to the plate here in the second inning. He's the first man that will bat. He's 322 on the year. He's 1 for 4 in the series. That one hit was a double. That got the scoring started for the Astros yesterday in a game that they won 6-0. Rays have been shut out 3 straight games. That one in there for strike 1. The Rays' last run, if I'm not mistaken, It would have been a solo home run by Hunter Renfroe in Game 1 of that Blue Jays series that they would ultimately go on to lose as they were swept by Toronto. Toronto is now back near 500. They're third place in the American League East. Baltimore at 4th. The Rays dead last at 5th. That one low to Gurriel, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Gurriel, Aldemus Diaz, and Josh Reddick. All will bat against Chirinos here in the second. That one outside to Gurriel, and the count is full. The man leading off the inning. 12 pitches for Chirinos. Not much. He's given up a run, and the payoff to Diaz is low and outside taken. Gurriel wouldn't chase, and he'll have a leadoff walk. First of those issued by Chirinos, and that'll put a man on for Aldemus Diaz. Diaz is 267 and is appearing in the series for the first time. He's got a home run and 5 runs batted in on the season. The first pitch to Diaz is just a hair outside for ball 1. That one in the same spot, and it's quickly 2-0. The runner will go, and it's fouled back, so Gurriel will have to return to first base. You can hear someone on the Rays yelling, "He's going, he's going." But the foul ball made it irrelevant. That one is taken strike 2 for Aldemus Diaz, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, no outs. Gurriel on first, and the pitch is low. Good block by Perez, and the runner will stay. Another full count to open this inning. This one to Diaz. 3 balls, 2 strikes, man on first, no outs. Astros lead 1-0, and now the payoff to Diaz is fouled back. Another 3-2, and he got him to chase there. Went to the same pitch on a full count again. Gurriel didn't chase, but Diaz did. It's the first strikeout today for Chirinos, and now there's 1 gone. It's now Josh Reddick, the right fielder, to come to the plate. He's 216 on the season, 0 for 4 in the series. The first pitch is taken outside. Reddick able to check his swing. The Rays that will come to the plate in the third, it's Kevin Kiermaier to finish the lineup, and then back to the top for Choi. And then Renfroe, as that one is put into play for a base hit. That'll advance Yuli Gurriel to second. So runners at first and second with only an out. After a base hit for Josh Reddick, that one hung over the center of the plate. Reddick picks up his first hit of the series. And now it'll be Kyle Tucker to the plate. He's 176 on the year. He's first appearing in this series. As that one is down the fair. It's going to be fair all the way down to near the wall. Picked up by Renfroe. That's going to score Yuli Gurriel. It'll be a RBI double for Kyle Tucker. As the Astros now lead 2-0. First double of the season for Tucker. Second hit of the inning. It's the third of the game for the Astros. As Kyle Schneider comes out to give a talk to Chirinos. He's got runners at second and third with only 1 out. It's the catcher, Martin Maldonado, who's 271 and is appearing in the series for the first time. Cutting a miss there, and it's 0-1. That one is popped up, chased by the left fielder Renfroe, but he'll be under it. Luckily for out number 2, the runners will stay at second and third. That fly ball not deep enough to score Josh Reddick from third, and the runners will stay put with 2 outs. An unproductive fly out to left for Maldonado, and then we go back to the top of the lineup already in the second. Second at bat for Bregman. He flew out to right in the first. He's got 2 men on at second and third with 2 outs. Astros already are up 2-0. That one taken for strike 1. Bregman is hitless thus far in the series. He's 0 for 4. A cut and a miss there, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Chirinos a strike away from getting out of this inning. Not a lot of pitches, only 27, but he seems like he's had to scratch and claw for outs. A base hit from Bregman would score a couple more. That would give the Astros a slam lead. They only lead 2-0 here, and now the 0-2 to Bregman is going to ring him up. Bregman watches strike 3 go by. That will retire the side. Astros do pick up a run on an RBI double by Kyle Tucker. It's now 2-0 Astros. Leading off this inning for the Rays, it's the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the series. He'll face McCullers Jr. It'll be Kevin Kiermaier, G-Man Joey, and Hunter Renfroe. Rays did not see Lance McCullers Jr. at all last season as he was out with an injury. This is the second time they're seeing him this season. The last time these two teams will face each other in the regular season. And Kevin Kiermaier quickly out on 3 pitches. Watches them all go by. As the Rangers pick up a win to advance their lead in the American League West. Astros are a game and a half back. The Rays, coincidentally enough, won a series in Arlington against the Rangers. And now it's G-Man Choi to the plate. 3 straight strikeouts right now for McCullers Jr. That was his 6th. And now it's Choi with 1 out. And he fouls that first pitch away. No hits given up and just a walk for McCullers Jr. Now the 0-1 to Choi is outside. It was Martinez that walked in the second. That was the only base runner that the Rays have had thus far today. Well, that's not true. Wendell did strike out but did reach base on a wild pitch. So technically two base runners, but only one that will be charged to McCullers Jr. It's a 1-2 count now to Choi. The catcher sets outside, and it is high and outside, taken for ball 2. Choi, even in the count, he's always so good at taking pitches. And now the 2-2 is swung on and missed. Got him, looks like a changeup there. And now 4 straight strikeouts for Lance McCullers Jr. That one of Choi. And now with 2 outs, it's Hunter Renfroe to come to the plate. Renfroe grounded to third. His first time up in the first inning. 7 strikeouts for McCullers Jr. We're only here in the 3rd inning. 46 pitches for McCullers Jr., so a lot of deep counts and such. A lot of good takes by the Rays, but they've also taken some strikes too in the 1-0. He's in there for strike 1. A couple of takes here already in this at-bat for Renfroe, and this one from McCullers. Another take, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Bases clear with 2 outs. Rays down 2-0 here in the 3rd. It's Hunter Renfroe, and takes that one low for ball 3. The shortstop Adames would bat next. And now the 3-1 is outside for ball 4, so it will be a walk issued to Hunter Renfroe. He now reaches base. A 2-out walk, second issued by McCullers. And now it's the shortstop, Willy Adames. Willy Adames is 0 for 1. Strikeout in the first inning. He bats here in the 3rd. Renfroe walks. It's the second one of those issued by McCullers. He's yet to give up a hit. Is that one low in the dirt, blocked? And Renfroe will stay at first. No hit, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. 52 pitches from McCullers Jr., so he's not even pacing extraordinarily well. Can't complain when you haven't given up a hit, though, I suppose. Count at a ball and a strike to the shortstop Adames. Now the 1-1 is low, blocked in the dirt again. Hunter Renfroe once again will stay at first base. Good discipline by Adames to not chase. That's part of the reason why he's now at the top of the lineup. He showed some good discipline. He's under the Mendoza line, but as you see there, at take 3 and 1, his batter's eye is improving. He's 2 for 4 at this. Well, now 2 for 5 in the series, but he's got a couple of extra base hits. Both were doubles. They came late in last night's contest. Greinke going 8 in the 3rd, and now the 3-1 to Adames, and that one is shot foul, but well off the bat, and yet another full count. So at least the Rays doing their part in trying to chase McCullers Jr. They're going to get a good look at the bullpen in this game. Something they did not do yesterday, just a couple of outs for Brad Peacock. Another foul, and the count remains full at 3-2. Renfroe at first, he reached via a walk. There's 2 outs here in the third. Rays down 2-0. 58th pitch upcoming from McCullers Jr., and here it is. And it's popped up. The first baseman, Yuli Gurriel, is under it, and that will retire the side. Rays pick up another walk, but that's it. As we head to the home third, the Rays are down 2-0. It's Miles Straw to lead off the third inning for the Astros. Straw is 0 for 1, grounded to short in the first inning. That'll be Miles Straw, Yordan Alvarez, and Carlos Correa. As that first pitch is fouled away. Chirinos comes out for a third. He only had 28 pitches, but has given up a couple of runs. It was a solo shot to Yordan Alvarez and an RBI double for Kyle Tucker. A cut and a miss from Straw there, and it's 0-2. Now the 0-2 is shot foul. Hits the Astros first base coach on the foot, actually. And now another 0-2 to Straw is high for ball 1. Straw not chasing at the high fastball. That one only at 93. And the 1-2 is low. Wouldn't chase the slider. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the man Straw leading off the inning. The catcher Perez sets up inside and gets the cut and a miss of Straw, so he strikes out for the first time. Third today for Chirinos, and now it's 1 out for Yordan Alvarez, a man that took Chirinos deep in the first inning with 2 outs and the base is empty. He shot one just deep of the right center wall. Made it 1-0 Astros. They have since tacked on another one. It's 2-0. Their lead here in the third. And now the 1-0 is swung on and missed. Chirinos getting a couple of good chases here in the late goings. And now the 1-1. That one low. 2-1 to Alvarez. Chirinos sets and deals, and it's fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes for the DH. He's batting third today. Had a cleanup yesterday, and now the 2-2 from Chirinos is outside, so a full count. Shortstop Correa getting ready on deck. He'll bat next no matter what. And now a payoff to Alvarez is outside for ball 4. Alvarez reaches base safely for the second time today. Second walk for Chirinos, and that'll put a man on with 1 out. It's now Carlos Correa. He grounded a short his first time up. That was in the first inning. He's batting cleanup here today. He's with 1 out. It's Yordan Alvarez at first. He takes that one right down the pipe at 95 for strike 1. Perez setting up inside, and it is, but popped up. Chased by the center fielder Kiermaier. He's under it. In center field for out number 2. Alvarez will stay up first. And now there's 2 gone. A fly out to center. Correa is now 0 for 2 on the day, and it's Yuli Gurriel that will come up next in the third. He walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score. He scored on that RBI double for Kyle Tucker in the second inning, and now the first pitch to Gurriel is low. Gurriel is 1 for 4 in this series with a double and a walk. Hitters count for Chirinos here. It's 2-0, and now the pitch here is just in there for strike 1. Gurriel has watched all 3 pitches go by. Now, this 2-1 from Chirinos is fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count even. Chirinos just needing a final strike to get out of it. It will be his first scoreless inning of the day. And it'll be right line to the first baseman Choi, and that will retire the side. Chirinos gives up a walk, but that's it. At the end of 3, the Astros have taken lead 2-0. Brandon Lau is the first man to come to the plate here in the 4th. Lau is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It came in the 2nd inning. It'll be Brandon Lau, Austin Meadows, and Jose Martinez to get their second tries at Lance McCullers Jr. McCullers Jr. coming out for a 4th. He's already at 58 pitches. The only problem is he hasn't given up a hit, and he's already struck out 7. That one high for Lau, and it's 2-0. The Rays have only had 2 official base runners. They came on 2 walks. Joey Wendell also made it to first on a wild pitch on a strikeout. 1 of 7 for McCullers. As that one is grounded, and it looks like it's going to get through the gap. And the Rays in the 4th inning have their first hit of the day. It's a leadoff single for Brandon Lau as he gets his first hit of the series. And the Rays' first hit of the day. Finally, the Rays swing at that pitch. And it found the hole in the infield, got right past the third baseman Bregman as they were shifted a bit inside. And now it's Austin Meadows with a man on and no outs. Austin Meadows 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That also came in the 2nd. He takes that same pitch for strike 1. That was the very pitch that Lau singled off of. Situational hitting has been an issue for the Rays in recent goings. They haven't been able to string anything together. With no outs, they have a chance to certainly start something. They're only down 2-0. It's the top of the 4th. Count even at 1-1 for Meadows. And that one is taken strike 2. McCullers Jr. sets and deals. And it's grounded. Picked up by the first baseman, Gurriel. He's going to go to second for the out, but it won't be there. And Meadows will run it out. So Gurriel getting greedy and going for the double play. Ends up getting no outs. I guess we'll be kind and call it a single for Austin Meadows. I'm not sure how the official scores ruled it. It's now Jose Martinez with 2 men on and no outs. If you're going for me for your scorecard, I'm calling that the second hit of the day for the Rays. The 1-0 for Martinez, and it's fouled. Would have loved to see that one go fair. Would have scored maybe a couple of runs. As Gurriel was shifted outside. And now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. The fastball high and inside. Martinez couldn't lay off, and it's 1-2. Martinez in his first plate appearance walked. That was in the 2nd inning. And now the 1-2 is taken. 70th pitch upcoming from McCullers Jr. He's got no outs here in the 4th. A couple of men on, and the 2-2 pitch. And he got him to chase. That's out number 1 of the inning. Gets the strikeout of Jose Martinez. That was a nice pitch. 8th strikeout for McCullers Jr. And now it'll be Joey Wendell. He's 0 for 1 of the strikeout, and he reached. That was a wild pitch that got all the way to the backstop. Good hustle for him. He comes here in the plate in the 4th. Feels like a big spot here for the Rays. They have a couple of men on. With the bottom of the order, a chance to put up some runs. That went high. It's crucial for the Rays to wait for a pitch that they like. They've been doing a good job of laying off of stuff, at least early in counts. The strikeouts have come late in counts on some bad misses. And now the 2-0 to Wendell. And that one is going to get down for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way down to the wall. It's going to score 1. Wendell gets to second, and he's going to bring down another runner, and the throw to the plate is not in time. It's a 2 RBI double for Joey Wendell. His 3rd of the year. It'll score Lau. It'll score Meadows. We now have a tie game. We saw that before with Jose Martinez. Right in that same spot, it was foul. We talked about it. Gurriel shifted outside. Wendell takes advantage. A 2 RBI double for him. And now it's Michael Perez at the plate with Wendell at second and 1 out, so a chance to take the lead potentially. Perez 0 for 1 with a strikeout that came in the second. Wendell's second hit of the series. And now the 1-0 to Perez is outside for ball 2. Third hit allowed for McCullers. All have come in this inning as we are now tied up at 2. The Rays get off the schneid and have scored for the first time in 3 days. Now the 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. The center fielder Kiermaier will bat next. The 2-2 from McCullers is taken low. Good take by Perez, and he's got another full count. The payoff to Perez, and that one is going to be right to the second baseman, Diaz, who goes to Perez for the out. Perez retired there on the 6-3. There's now 2 outs. It's Kevin Kiermaier who in his first at-bat struck out in the 3rd inning. The silver lining was Wendell was able to move over to 3rd. So really a base hit of any kind would score a run and give the Rays the lead. They've now since tied it up. A take from Kiermaier inside, and it's 1-0. It'll be Aldemus Diaz, Josh Reddick, and Kyle Tucker to come to the plate in the 4th for the Astros. Presumably, it will be Yonny Chirinos, as Houston already has a man warming up in the pen. Much different story from yesterday. The starter, Zach Greinke, went 8 1/3, and it was Brad Peacock to finish the final 2/3 innings. In a game the Astros won 6-0. It's a game 1 of the series. The best the Rays can do now is if they win the next 3 games, tie the season series, as the Astros now lead it 3-1. Another 3-0 to Kiermaier is in there for strike 1. A take, McCullers in 25 pitches, 13 balls and 12 strikes. A lot of good takes here by the Rays in this inning, and the 3-1 to Kiermaier is inside for ball 4. So a walk to Kiermaier will extend the inning, as we now go back to the top of the lineup for a 3rd time. It's Ji-Man Choi, who's 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd. He comes up here in the 4th. After that walk by Kiermaier, it's runners at the corners with 2 outs. It's Joey Wendell at 3rd and Kiermaier at 1st. And now the first pitch to Choi is inside. 3rd walk allowed by McCullers Jr. 6 base runners in totality, 8 strikeouts. Has given up 2 earned runs in this inning, and now the 1-0 to Choi. And that one is going to get down for another base hit. It's going to score Wendell from 3rd. Kiermaier is going to go to 3rd. Will he go round for home? He will. And the throw is in time. So like that, Kiermaier thrown out at the plate. It scores Wendell from 3rd. The Rays take the lead. It's now 3-2 Rays as we head to the home 4th. And now as Yonny Chirinos takes the mound, holding a lead. The first man that will come to the plate is Aldemus Diaz. Diaz struck out his first try against Chirinos, 1 of 3 the Rays starter has picked up this game. And that one is getting to get down for a base hit. A quick leadoff single for Aldemus Diaz as they get the tying run aboard. 4th hit of the day for Houston. That last inning was a lot to unpack. It was an RBI double for Ji-Man Choi. And as that one backhanded by the shortstop, he goes to 2 for 1 out. And he can't get the 1 at first, but he was able to get the lead runner. A beautiful diving play by the shortstop Adames to get the force of Aldemus Diaz. As Kyle Tucker will reach base on a fielder's choice. Really a lot going on here in this inning. As now there's 1 out. Sorry, it was Josh Reddick to reach based on the fielder's choice. Now it's Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker, his last time up, had an RBI double. That first pitch to Tucker is in there for strike one. .50 pitches for Chirinos. He's pitching with a lead here in the fourth, and now the 0-1 to Tucker is low for ball one. It's Josh Reddick at first after the fielder's choice that erased the leadoff single as Aldemus Diaz was thrown out as a lead runner. A beautiful play set up by the shortstop Adames that probably would have gone through for a base hit if it had been an average defender. As a strikeout there from Tucker, it's Chirinos' fourth punch out, and now there's two away. And you would love to see Chirinos get in a rhythm to try and give the Rays a win for the first time in 6 games. Kyle Tucker goes down on strikes, and now in the fourth, it's Martin Maldonado, the catcher. He flew out to left in his first time up, as that one is fouled back. But interesting to see the Astros may make a pitching move. They had a man warming up in the pen. It will be Hunter Renfroe, Willie Adames, and Brandon Lau. 2 righties and a lefty. Lance McCullers Jr. is a righty. And he got the chase there, Maldonado, and it's 0-2. Chirinos a strike away from getting out of this inning. And bring us to the 5th. And now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that will end the inning for the Astros. They get a man on, but that's going to be it. Chirinos picks up a couple of strikeouts. He's pitching with the lead. The Rays lead 3-2 after 4. It will be a pitching move for the Astros. It's Regilio Armenteros. In 8 appearances, he has a 2.28 ERA. Lance McCullers Jr. will finish with 4 innings pitched. Gave up 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 3 earned runs. He's in line for the loss. Astros make a move to the pen first. It's Regilio Armenteros. The righty comes on to face a couple of righties and a lefty here. It'll be Renfroe, Adames, and Lau. He's got an 0-1 to Renfroe. The left fielder is 0-for-1 with a walk. He's down quickly 0-2. A high fastball taken, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And that one is put into play, charged by the shortstop Correa. He'll flip and throw to first for out number 1. So ground out to start the inning for the Rays. That one by Hunter Renfroe goes 6-3. And now with 1 out and the base is clear, it's Willie Adames. Adames is 0-for-2. Popped up to the first baseman in the 3rd inning, but he has been tremendous defensively. Nothing new there. We're used to it. Willie Adames, one of the faces of this franchise, the young kid, plays an excellent shortstop. Trying to get his bat going as well, as Kevin Cash with a vote of confidence is batting him in the top of the lineup once again. He's batting 3rd here today. A swing and a miss, and he's down quickly 0-2. The catcher setting up high, and it is taken. So it's a ball and 2 strikes for Adames with 1 out and the base is empty. Armenteros comes out to start this 5th inning. And as that one is put into play, but right to the second baseman Diaz, who has a little bit of trouble with it, but gets it to first base in time to retire Adames. So it goes 4-3 there, and now there's 2 gone, and the base is clear for Brandon Lau. Brandon Lau 1-for-2 in the game with a single in the 4th. He did come around to score. 1 of 3 Rays runs to cross the plate. That first pitch in there for strike 1, the first lefty that the righty Armenteros will face here in the inning. If he's to stay on, He'll have to face another one in Austin Meadows. But this may just be a one-inning deal. We will find out. And as that one is popped up, but it's right to the left fielder, Tucker. As he's right under it to make the catch, that will retire the side. Rays go down in order, but as we head to the bottom of the fifth, they hold a one-run lead. Astros go back to the top of their lineup. It's the leadoff man, Bregman, to get things started. Bregman is 0 for 2 with a strikeout his last time up in the second. That's here in the fifth. It'll be Alex Bregman, Miles Straw, and Yordan Alvarez. They will come to the plate here against Chirinos, as now through 4 innings he's thrown 56 pitches, giving up a couple of runs, but he's got the lead here, does Chirinos. Facing a couple of righties and a lefty if he is to face Alvarez, which we assume he will be, as that one is picked up backhanded by Adames, and his turn to throw to first is good to retire Bregman. Bregman is now 0 for 3 on the day. A ground out to short would bring up Miles Straw. Straw 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the third. Batting just under 400 now. Had an electric day yesterday. He went 3 for 5 a day ago in a game the Astros won 6-0. It was Glasnow v. Greinke in Game 1. It was Chirinos v. McCullers Jr. here in Game 2. As that one looks like it might get down. No, it will not. A nice running catch for the right fielder. Meadows will be out number 2. As now Straw is retired for the third time today. A fly out to right. And with the bases empty and 2 gone, it'll be the DH Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez 1 for 1 with a home run and has walked. He's been the man that has given Chirinos the most trouble today. Comes with the bases clear and 2 outs. Similar situation that we saw in the first, where he hit that solo home run. Tomorrow it will be Yarbrough versus Josh James, and in the finale, in the getaway, it's Charlie Morton making another appearance in Minute Maid Park versus Jose Urquidy. Urquidy, a guy that started a World Series game against the Nationals. Played okay in that one. He's in the back end of Houston's rotation at this point in the season, as that one is put into play, and Alvarez will pick up his second hit of the day. He's reached base 3 times in 3 plate appearances as a 2-out single. As he gets the 5th hit of the day for the Astros, and that'll put a man on. He has seen Yonny Chirinos extremely well today. And now with 2 outs and a man on first, it's the shortstop Carlos Correa, who is 0 for 2 heading into this at-bat. A ground out to short in the first, and a flat to center in the third. And now the first pitch to Correa is low and blocked in the dirt. Yordan Alvarez will stay at first. A good play defensively by the battering ram partner, Michael Perez. He's calling for the low pitch, and now the 1-0 is fouled. Down near the visiting dugout. Count even at a ball and a strike. 65 pitches for Chirinos as he looks to get out of this 5th inning. And now the 1-1 pitch is outside. Correa won't chase, and it's 2-1. That one is cut on and missed by Carlos Correa, and now Yonny Chirinos a strike away from getting out of this inning. He's got a 2-2 to the shortstop Correa, and here it is. It's low. The count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Correa. And now the payoff, and it's going to be just a hair outside. Correa with a take there, and he'll walk. That'll put a couple of men on a bit of a 2-out rally for Houston here in the 5th. Yordan Alvarez will move over to second as Carlos Correa takes over the spot at first base. 3rd walk issued by Chirinos today. Then I'll bring up the first baseman, Yuli Gurriel. He is 0 for 1 with a walk as he fouls that first pitch away. It'll be Austin Meadows, Jose Martinez, and Joey Wendell to come to the plate in the 6th. The Rays, at least right now, have a 1-run lead. No balls, 2 strikes The count to the first baseman, Gurriel, and here's the pitch from Chirinos, and it's low. 72 pitches now at this point for Chirinos. You'd like to think he'd go a couple more. It'll be the bottom of the order coming up for the Astros, and now the 1-2. And it's chopped. It's charged by the shortstop, Adames, and he will throw to first, and it's in time. That will retire the side. Chirinos puts a couple men on, but a good play by Adames will end the inning. At the end of 5, the Rays lead 3-2. It will be Austin Meadows, the right fielder, batting 5th today to get this 6th inning started. The Astros will leave Virgilio Armenteros on to start a 6th. This is the 2nd inning that he's appeared in. As Lance McCullers got him through 4, they've got the righty Davinsky and the lefty Valdez. They maybe look to play matchups. It's a 1-run game. The Astros are down. It's Austin Meadows here at the plate, and the 1-0 is outside. Armenteros will have to face a couple of lefties. It'll be Meadows, Jose Martinez, and Joey Wendell, all scheduled to come up here in the 6th. That one in there for strike 1, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Meadows. Now this one from Armenteros is going to be popped up. The center fielder, Stroud, will go back, but he's there in time to make the catch. Died out there in right center, and Meadows is retired for the 2nd time today. He's now 1 for 3 after that fly out to center. It's now Jose Martinez. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. His walk came in the 2nd inning. He bats here with the bases empty and 1 out. The catcher calling for the high pitch, and it is, but low enough to be called strike 1. Calling for another high pitch. Let's see. It is another strike. And now you think the pitcher Armenteros trying to set up Martinez for a low put-away pitch. Now the 0-2. It is, but Martinez will not chase. Now 1-2. The catcher setting up outside, and here's the pitch. And that one made good contact but fouled. And the count will stay where it is at a ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Wendell next. And now another 1-2. And that one is popped up. It's the catcher, Maldonado, underneath it, but he's not able to get it. Maybe lost that one in the roof. And Martinez will stay alive. And now the 1-2 is inside. Now Martinez did have a cut and a miss on the pitch in that same spot in his strikeout in the 4th, but was able to lay off of that one. So good mid-game adjustment there for Martinez, and now the count to him is 2 balls and 2 strikes, and he puts that one into play, and it will get down for a base hit right in front of the right fielder Reddick. Call it a 1-out single for Martinez as he reaches base for the 2nd time today, his first hit. Also the first hit given up by Regilio Armenteros, and now it's Joey Wendell, the lefty, to come up with Jose Martinez at first and 1 out. A really good at-bat worked by Martinez. He got a little bit lucky on that pop-up that was not able to be caught. But you take advantage of mistakes when you can, and a nice at-bat ultimately resulted in a single. That went to Wendell for strike 1. Count to him is now even at 1-1. Wendell 1 for 2 with a double in the 4th. Struck out in the 2nd. The 2-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. Looked like maybe a changeup a bit low. Got Wendell to chase. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Armenteros sets and deals, and it's fouled away. Good contact from Wendell, but it is foul. Barring a double play, it will be Michael Perez, the catcher, to come up. And that one is high for ball 3, so Wendell has worked himself a full count. Another really good at-bat worked against Armenteros, as you wonder if he'll be able to finish this 2nd inning that he was brought out for. He's only got an out here. A full count to Wendell. And now here's the payoff. And it's fouled away. into the seats beyond the visiting dugout, and the count remains full at 3-2. Another payoff from Armenteros, and it is high for ball 4. Wendell will walk, so Martinez will move over to second. Wendell goes to first. And that puts men at first and second with only an out. Armenteros gives up his first walk, and that will bring up the catcher, Michael Perez. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. He's 158 on the season. A righty on lefty matchup here for Perez. It'll be the lefty Kiermaier up next as well. And as that one is going to get down for a base hit right in front of the left fielder Tucker. And Martinez will stay at third base, so it's a bases loaded situation with one out here in the 6th. A single there for Perez. He jumps early in the count. Second hit given up by Armenteros. And that will bring Kevin Kiermaier to the plate with one out and bases loaded. The Rays already lead 3-2. Armenteros, 31 pitches. And now the first pitch to Kiermaier. And that one is going to be right to the first baseman, Gurriel. He'll go to Correa. And is it a double play? Did he stay on the bag? They're going to say no. He did not get the out at second. Kiermaier is retired, and it did score a run. So it's an RBI for Kevin Kiermaier. It scores Jose Martinez from third base. As we took a look at the replay, the throw from Yuli Gurriel to the shortstop Correa was off. Correa had to come off the bag. So Michael Perez able to get to second base. So Kiermaier's retired but knocks in a run. And now with runners at second and third with 2 outs, it's the first baseman Ji-Man Choi as we go back to the top of the lineup for the third time today. And they're going to intentionally walk Choi to reload the bases. Something we haven't seen much this season. An intentional walk for Choi. And now it's Hunter Renfroe. Maybe trying to avoid a righty-lefty, but I question the decision that you would want to face Hunter Renfroe with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 5 in the series. He's worked a walk today, but that's it. And now the first pitch from Armenteros is low and outside for ball 1. It's been a busy inning here. The Rays have knocked in another run, extended their lead to 2. It's now 4-2 Rays here in the 6th. And the 1-0 to Renfroe is swung on and missed. 23 pitches this inning for Rogelio Armenteros. It will be Aldemus Diaz, Josh Reddick, and Kyle Tucker for the Astros in the bottom half of this frame, as that one is going to be fouled away. Now the Rays are down to their final strike of the inning. With the bases loaded and 2 outs after the intentional walk to Choi. Here's the 1-2. And it's going to be put into play, but lined right to the left fielder Tucker. That will end things. The Astros wanted to face Hunter Renfroe. They get him out. The Rays add another run on an RBI grounder for Kiermaier. It's now 4-2 Rays as we head to the bottom of the 6th. As now Aldemus Diaz to come to the plate first in the 6th inning. Yonny Chirinos comes out to start a 6th. Diaz is 1 for 2 with a single that came in the 4th. It's the righty Drake, the lefty Poche, as maybe they look to play matchups. They have a 2-run lead here. It'll be a couple of lefties to come up after Diaz. Reddick and Tucker, that is. And now the 1-0 to Diaz. And that one has popped up. The center fielder, Kiermaier, is going to run over to get it and make a running catch over the shoulder. For out number 1, it's a fly out to center for Diaz. And that will be out number 1, and we'll bring up the right fielder, Josh Reddick. Reddick is 1 for 2 with a single. That hit came in the 2nd inning. Off of Chirinos, of course. As he has gone the distance thus far through 5 1/3. Now the first pitch to the lefty is grounded. Charged by the shortstop, Adames. He'll pick it up at his knees and throw to first. And the throw is good and in time to retire Reddick for the 2nd out. It goes 6-3 on the grounder, and now with 2 gone, and the base is clear. It's the left fielder, Kyle Tucker. Now it's Chaz Rowe and Alvarado. So suddenly maybe preparing for a 7th, trying to lock this lead down. The first pitch here to Tucker is taken for strike 1. Obviously, the Astros still have fielded a good lineup, but they've given a couple of guys days off. Guys like Altuve, Michael Brantley, and George Springer have all had the day off. So maybe if you're the Rays, you take this situation where you take a win where you can get it, as that one is flied, or maybe lined right to Kiermaier. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Astros in the 6th. At the end of 6, it's 4-2 Rays. Another pitching change for the Astros is Framber Valdez. In 10 appearances, he has a 15 ERA. Rogelio Armenteros will leave with 2 innings and a couple of runs given up. The shortstop Willy Adames is getting this 7th inning started. Adames is 0 for 3 today. And the first pitch to Willy is swung on and missed for strike 1. It'll be Willy Adames, Brandon Lau, and Austin Meadows to come to the plate here in the 7th, as maybe the road team looking to add on a couple of insurance runs. As this is now the 3rd pitcher out for the Astros. Will the Rays make a move to Chirinos? He's gotten the Rays through 6, only giving up 2 runs. And that one is popped up by Adames, but the right fielder Reddick is there and under it for out number 1. As Adames moves to 0 for 4 in the day after that fly out to right. And now, with the bases empty and 1 out, it's Brandon Lau. Lau is 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. A couple of righties warming up in the bullpen for Houston, as the lefty Valdez is out here. He'll face the lefty Lau and the lefty Meadows. He was able to get the righty Adames out, so perhaps the biggest threat already eliminated. And now the 0-1 to Brandon Lau. It swung on and missed on a pitch well inside. It fooled up Lau, and now it's 0-2. It'll be the catcher, Martin Maldonado, and then the Astros will go back to lineup for Alex Bregman and Miles Straw, as that one is grounded, but into the shift. But the shortstop, Correa, is going to have trouble with it, and it looks like it'll be a single for Brandon Lau. And now it's Austin Meadows to come to the plate. Meadows today is 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. He comes on with Brandon Lau at first and 1 out. He's 1 for 7 here in the series. He takes that pitch outside and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is taken for strike 1. The Rays, they lead by 2. It's 4-2 as they look to break a 6-game running streak. The Brandon Lau is going to go, and he's going to be safe. And stolen base for Brandon Lau, as now the Rays got a runner in scoring position. Good timing for Lau, and he gets to second just in time. The put down from Correa not in time. A stolen base for Brandon Lau, and now a 2-2 count for Meadows. It'll also put away a potential for a double play as that pitch inside for ball 3. The payoff pitch is taken for strike 3. The home plate ump, Earl Kendricks, is going to ring up Meadows, and that'll put him down on strikes. And now there's 2 outs here in the inning with Brandon Lau at second base. It's now Jose Martinez to get his try at things. Martinez is 1 for 2, and they're going to intentionally walk the righty Jose Martinez. The second intentional walk issued by Astros skipper Dusty Baker today, and Martinez will head to first here in the 7th. And now it's Joey Wendell. Baker presumably wanting his lefty Valdez to face the lefty Joey Wendell. Valdez had already faced the 3-batter minimum, so he could have made a change. But with 2 outs, he likes his odds at putting out Wendell. They've walked 2 lefties, G-Man Choi, a lefty and a righty, the lefty Choi and the righty Martinez. As now the count is 2-0 to Wendell. It's Brandon Lau at second. Martinez at first. With 2 outs. That's strike 1 to Wendell. It's 2 balls and a strike. Rays looking to add on. Get out of here with a win, as that one is fouled away. So now Valdez down to just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning without giving up any runs. Lance McCullers Jr. gave up 2 runs. Rogelio Armenteros gave up 2 runs. And now it's Valdez on here in the 7th, as that one to Wendell is high for ball 3, so another full count. It's the catcher Perez that would bat next, and the payoff to Wendell is popped up. It's the center fielder running over to get it. It will be Miles Straw to make the catch, and that will retire the side. So another intentional walk pays off. 7th inning stretch time. The Rays lead 4-2. A pitching change for the Rays. It's Oliver Drake. In 14 appearances, he has a 9.53 ERA. The right-handed pitcher will come on to face 3 righties, so good move there by Cash. It's the catcher Martin Maldonado first. Maldonado today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Yonny Chirinos will finish with 6 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, struck out 5, walked 3, and gave up 2 earned runs. He's in line for the win. You had a feeling in the last inning with Kevin Cash getting some men moving around that the 6th would have been Chirinos' last, and he was able to get out of it clean. That one fouled back by Maldonado. So after the catcher, the Astros will be going back to the top of their lineup. The righty Bregman and the righty Miles Straw. First things first, you got an 0-2 to Maldonado. And here's the pitch from Drake. And it's swung on and missed. The catcher strikes out in 3 pitches, and Drake gets off to a nice little start there. A nice little warm-up, perhaps, as he picks up his first strikeout of this outing. And now it's Bregman. Bregman is 0 for 3. Grounded to short his last time up. And that one is outside for ball 1. That one taken low by Bregman, and it's 2-0. These 2 teams will play tomorrow. It'll be Ryan Yarbrough v. Josh James. Astros have taken the first game of this series. Rays lead here in the second game by 2 runs. But they have 8 outs left to get. And now the 2-1 to Bregman. And he chased on the high fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As you have a feeling that was a big strike there for Drake. I'm trying to put away Bregman. Now it can go low maybe. And now the 2-2. He went high again. That one fouled away by Bregman. You think maybe Perez is trying to set up something low? We'll see. A righty-on-righty matchup for Oliver Drake. And now the 2-2 to Bregman. He does go low, and it's fouled away. So Bregman able to stay alive on making contact. He's looking for his first hit of the day. And here's the 2-2. Fouled away again. With only 2 balls in the count, you think maybe just throw one in the dirt. Bregman is making contact with all these pitches. So maybe try and put one out of his reach. So now the 2-2. And that one is popped up. The center fielder, Kiermaier, is going to run back, but he's under it. And time to make the catch to retire Bregman for out number 2. There's now 2 gone here in the 7th. Now the base is empty. It's Miles Straw to come to the plate. Straw's 0 for 3. Flew out to right in the 5th. It's the righty Nick Anderson, the closer, and the lefty Alvarado. Not quite sure maybe why you'd have Anderson up quite yet. It'll be the lefty Alvarez, the righty Correa, and the righty Gurriel after Straw. So maybe if you don't feel comfortable with Alvarado taking those righties, you have Nick Anderson take them and maybe put Alvarado in a save situation in the 9th. Or maybe a 2-out save situation for Anderson. We will have to wait and see. Oliver Drake has done his job so far. He's put down the first 2 men that he's faced. He's now got the righty straw with 2 outs. That one low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And now the 2-1. And they're going to say he checked his swing. Took one outside, and it's 3-1. The slugger, Yordan Alvarez, warming up. He's reached base all 3 times. He's come to the plate. The last man you want to see, especially if you're Oliver Drake. And now the 3-1 to Straw is in there for strike 2. A nice pitch made by Drake, and Straw took it at 3-1. And now the count is full. Oliver Drake sets and deals. And it's low for ball 4. He loses Straw on a full count. Gives up his first base runner of the inning. And now, as we said, the last guy you want to see with a man on and 2 outs is Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez is 2 for 2 with also a walk. He hit a home run in the first. And now they will make a pitching move. Oliver Drake goes out. Jose Alvarado in 10 appearances, a 9 ERA. 6 holds on the season. He has a chance to maybe pick up a 7th. Or maybe even go for his first save. We will see. Oliver Drake exits with 2/3 innings pitched, a strikeout, and a walk. Miles Straw at first base would be charged to Drake if he would be to come around to score. Alvarado will throw back to first as his first move on the mound. Alvarado, the 3rd pitcher on for the Rays. Chirinos got the Rays through 6. Drake picks up 2 outs. And that one is popped up by Alvarez, the center fielder. Kiermaier's going to go back to the wall. And that baby's out of here. The Astros have tied it up on a 2-run shot by Alvarez. He has absolutely dismantled the Rays here today. It's now 4-4 here in the 7th. Astros get a 2-out walk. And then Alvarez sends one out of the park. His 5th of the year and his 2nd of the game. Alvarez with that home run is now 3 for 3 with 2 homers. He has walked, he's reached base all 4 times. He's batting over 400. A guy we talked about, the hottest hitter in the American League. Jose Alvarado comes out to face him. And that one is going to go over the wall. As now the Rays have some men warming up, but Alvarado is going to have to face another 2 batters in accordance with the 3-batter minimum rule. As now we are in a totally new ball game. It's tied here in the 7th, 4-4. It's Carlos Correa, the shortstop. Correa is 0 for 2 with a walk. Comes to the plate with 2 outs, and the base is clear after a 2-run homer by Yordan Alvarez. A cut and a miss there from Correa, and it's 1-2. As we look ahead to the 8th inning, it'll be Michael Perez, Kevin Kiermaier, and Ji-Man Choi. And now the 1-2 to Correa is low, blocked in the dirt by Perez, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Yonny Chirinos is out of the equation for the win. A cut and a miss there. Perez will throw to first to complete the strikeout. The Rays do eventually get out of this inning, but it's a tie game after a 2-run homer by Yordan Alvarez. Another pitching move for the Astros. It's Chris Davinsky. In 10 appearances, a 4.61 ERA. He's got a 2-0 record. He replaces Valdez after he gets a clean inning. Davinsky is the 4th pitcher on for the Astros here today. It's the catcher Michael Perez that will bat first. It's Michael Perez, Kevin Kiermaier, and Ji-Man Choi to get their try at the righty. It'll be 2 lefties and a righty to come up for the Rays. So perhaps they hold an advantage in that way. Perez is 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th. That allowed Kiermaier to come to the plate and not going to run. As that one is going to go all the way back to the wall, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Goes off the wall, picked up by the left fielder Tucker. And what do you know? It's a leadoff double for the catcher Perez as he gets things started off with a bang. His second hit of the day. Oh, and excuse me saying getting things started off with a bang. I know we're here in Houston. Something that they are certainly familiar with. And now it's Kevin Kiermaier at the plate with a man on second and no outs. It's a tie game here. It's 4-4 in the 8th. Kiermaier's 0 for 2 with a walk. Picked up a run batted in on a ground out. Now the 0-1. Fouled away, and it's now quickly 0-2. Kevin Kiermaier looking for second RBI of the day. A base hit might score the catcher Perez from second. A good take from Kiermaier. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. The announced attendance over 17,000 in Minute Maid Park on this Tuesday night. The 1-2 is outside. Kiermaier has evened up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 8th. The Rays trying to take the lead and open back up another save situation. And now the 2-2 pitch is grounded, picked up by the third baseman, Bregman, and he struggles with it. And Kiermaier is going to get to first base. It's probably going to be an error. It is. It's an E5. Does Kiermaier reach base on? And that'll put 2 men on with no outs for Ji-Man Choi. He was then intentionally walked his last time up. If you count that, he's 1 for 3. With that walk, he has a double. That came in the 4th. He comes to the plate with 2 men on and no outs. He's .385 on the year with runners in scoring position. A 3-run homer in Boston comes to mind. The 1-0 to Choi is inside for ball 2. A guy this season that is used to big moments. Perhaps maybe the biggest moment of all, if you had to name one in this 2020 season. And now the 2-0 is in there for strike 1. It was the final out in the American League Division Series here in this building last October. Maybe seeking revenge. A swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Perez at second, Kiermaier at first with no outs. The 2-2 to Choi. And that one is going to be put into play, and it's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Perez is going to score from second. Kiermaier will stay put at third. And with no outs, an RBI single for Choi. The Rays have runners on the corners, and they retake the lead. It's now 5-4 Rays here in the 8th. As Choi is excited. He picks up his second RBI of the day, that time on a single that goes all the way down to the wall. Second time this inning that's happened. Perez put the ball in the same place. Now it's Hunter Renfroe with runners at the corners and no outs. Even a double play would score another run. So you have to like the position that you're in. You're already up a run. Now Renfroe is 0 for 6 in the series. But Kiermaier, I mean, any type of fly out in the outfield would score another run. The Rays already have the lead, though. Ji-Man Choi coming through for these Rays once again. And now the 0-1 to Renfroe is swung on and missed. Chris Davinsky now in line for the loss. He's given up an earned run. And Renfroe is down on strikes. An unproductive out as he heads back to the dugout. He is hitless in this series, now 0 for 7, as he is in a bit of a slump. And now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. He's 0 for 4 today himself. The top of the lineup has not been incredibly productive outside of Choi. Adames in his last time up flew out to right. That was in the 7th. He's got Kiermaier at third and Choi at first with 1 out. Rays lead 5-4 in the 8th. The first pitch to Adames is popped up. It's in the infield, though, for the second baseman, Diaz. And Kiermaier will have to stay put. Now that'll be the second unproductive out. That one for Adames. He pops up the second baseman. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau. Lau's 2 for 4 in this one with 2 singles and has come around to score. Comes to the plate with runners on the corners and now 2 outs. It'll be Yuli Gurriel Aldemus Diaz and Josh Reddick to come to the plate in the 8th. We don't know who will face them as far as the Rays pitchers. But it's now a save situation for whoever would be to come on. And now the 1-1 to Lau is swung on and missed. And now Davinsky a strike away from getting out of this inning. It'll be his 20th pitch. He's given up a run, but can he hold it to just that? And now the 1-2 to Lau. Swing on and missed. Davinsky picks up a strikeout to get out of it. However, he is in line for the loss. The Rays break the tie. It's now 5-4 Rays as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The next pitcher to come out for the Rays, it's Chaz Rowe. In 8 appearances, he has a 10.50 ERA. He's 0 for 1 in save opportunities. I believe that blown save, if I'm not mistaken, came in that Boston series. He comes on to replace Alvarado. He's the 4th pitcher on. Anderson and Poche are warming. It's Yuli Gurriel to start things off for the Astros here in the 8th. It'll be 2 lefties and a righty to face the righty Rowe. So maybe this would have been a better spot for Chaz Rowe, or I'm sorry, for Colin Poche. But cash goes to Rowe and his nasty slider. And now the 0-1 to Gurriel is taken inside for ball 1. Rays with 6 outs left to get. Count even at a ball and a strike to the first baseman. And now the pitch from Rowe is high for ball 2. Gurriel is 0 for 2 today with a walk. He did some damage against the Rays yesterday. Had a double in the second inning that drove in a couple runs. And that one is shot foul. The Astros won yesterday 6-0. They won a series in St. Pete against the Rays 2-1. The Rays lead here 5-4 here in the 8th. Chaz Rowe looking to get his first out of this inning. He's got a full count for the leadoff man. It's Gurriel here. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. And here's the payoff pitch. And it's fouled away. A loud crack at the bat, but it fouls away down the left field line. Count will stay full. Chaz Rowe comes out to replace Alvarado. Alvarado gave up a 2-run homer to Alvarez. And that one is put into play, but it's right to the first baseman, Choi. He makes a nice catch, and that will retire Gurriel for out number 1. That one looked like it might have gotten past Choi, but it kind of died out there. And now that's out number 1. We'll call it a liner to the third baseman. And now it's Aldemus Diaz with 1 out and the bases empty. Diaz is 1 for 3. With a single that came in the 4th. That would have been against the starter Chirinos. Chirinos no longer in line for a decision. If the Rays would go on to win, it would be Chaz Rowe to be the winning pitcher. Chris Davinsky is in line for the loss. The 2-0 to Diaz. And that one is in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to the second baseman. This one from Rowe. And it's put into play. It's going to get down for a base hit. They had Lau over there in the shift, but they weren't shifted inside enough. It's a 1-out single as the Astros get the tying run aboard. Chaz Rowe gives up his first hit, and now it will be Josh Reddick who comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a single in the second. That one fouled away right near the visiting dugout. With Aldemus Diaz at first and 1 out. Josh Reddick in a 5-4 game as that one is grounded. Picked up by the second baseman. Now he goes to Adames at second for 1 and a Choi for 2. That'll be an inning-ending double play grounded into by Reddick. It goes 4-6-3. Rowe gets the ground ball that he needed. A good play defensively. Double play turned. Rays with 3 outs left to get. They lead 5-4. Pitching move for the Astros. They go to Brian Abreu. In 7 appearances, he has a 4 ERA. Austin Meadows here to lead things off for the Rays in the 9th. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1. Meadows is 1 for 4 in the series, in the game with a single. That came in the 4th. He bats here in the 9th. The good news for the Rays, whoever it is to come on, with 2 righties and a lefty, I would assume it would be Anderson. It'll be Kyle Tucker, Martin Maldonado, and Alex Bregman. The 3 men scheduled to come to the plate. The Rays lead 5-4, but of course would love to add on some insurance. And now the 2-1 is grounded. Charged by the first baseman, Gurriel, and he'll turn around and throw. But Meadows is going to beat the pitcher Abreu to the bag. It's a leadoff single for Austin Meadows to get things started. A nice hustle play to run it out. That ball right in the perfect spot. The pitcher, Brian Abreu, not able to cover the first base bag in time. Abreu, by the way, is the 5th pitcher on for the Astros today. And now it's Jose Martinez at the plate for the Rays. Martinez was intentionally walked his last time up in the 7th. That was his 2nd walk. He's 1 for 2 with a single. He's reached base 3 times. And the 0-1 to Abreu, or from Abreu, is low for ball 1. It's the righty Peacock and the righty, the closer Osuna. Although it is all lefties, 4 in a row coming up after Martinez. But who knows? And it's the 1-1 to Martinez, and that one is fouled away. Houston just trying to keep their deficit to 1 and give themselves a chance in the 9th. The bottom of the 9th. The Rays looking to snap a 6-game winning streak. They're 8 and 15. The last place in the American League East, 8 games back of the Yankees. They're 16 and 7. The Astros are 2nd place in the American League West. As Martinez strikes out there for out number 1. And now it's Joey Wendell with Meadows on first and 1 out. It's a lefty on righty matchup. That one is low and outside for ball 1. Now the 1-0 to Wendell is outside again for ball 2. Wendell with a couple of RBIs here today. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. The 3-0 from Abreu is taken for strike 1. That one popped up by Wendell, chased by the center fielder Miles Straw, and he's under it for out number 2, so Meadows will stay at first.
Now batting, number 7.
And after that fly out to center, it's the catcher Michael Perez. Now Perez, his last time up in the 7th, he led that inning off and had a double. He ended up coming around to score. That was the Rays' 5th run, if I'm not mistaken. That one low for ball 1. Nick Anderson, we expect to come out on the 9th. He's 5 for 6 in save situations. He would face the righty Martin Maldonado, the lefty Tucker, and the righty Bregman. As that one is grounded, picked up by Yuli Gurriel, and he's going to try and beat up Perez to the bag, and does. That will retear the side. So Meadows got this 9th started off with a leadoff single, but he's not able to do anything with it. The Rays are going to have to take their 1-run lead to the bottom of the 9th. It will be Nick Anderson In 7 appearances, he's 5 for 6 in save opportunities. A 5.40 ERA. He'll come to face the 8-9-1 hitters of the Astros. Nick Anderson, the 5th pitcher on for the Rays. Chaz Rowe with a clean 8th has made this situation possible. They're going to pinch hit for Kyle Tucker. It's Michael Brantley, the lefty. With Brantley able to play the outfield, that decision makes a lot of sense. He got the day off today, we assume. Unless they just liked the bat of Tucker more. Maybe a righty on lefty situation, but Brantley is also a lefty. That went in there for strike 1 and count even at 1-1. Anderson sets and deals, and that one is grounded but foul. Outside of the first base bag, and it's 1-2. Rays with 3 outs left to get. They lead 5-4 in the 9th, looking to snap a 6-game winning streak. The 1-2 to Brantley is low for ball 2. Now Brantley led yesterday's game off. He went 1 for 4 with a single. That pitch from Anderson is low. And the count is full to the man leading off the 9th. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This one from Anderson is grounded foul again. Count stays where it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the payoff is popped up. And will it stay fair? No, it will not, as it goes just foul. A heavy shift inside. The left fielder Renfroe was nowhere to be found, and now another payoff. And it's in there for strike 3. Brantley watches a fastball go right down the middle, and he strikes out. And now with 1 out, it's the catcher, Martin Maldonado. They could have pinch hit for him as well if they wanted to bring in maybe George Springer, as they had the catcher Garrett Stubbs on the bench, but they opt to let him hit. The catcher, Maldonado, he's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Now the 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. Ten pitches for Anderson. He's facing a second batter, the 2-0 pitch, and that one is a hair low as well. 3 takes low for the catcher with 1 out. It's Alex Bregman warming up on the on-deck circle, as the Astros will go back to the top of the lineup after Maldonado, and the 3-0 is taken for strike 1. That fastball in there at 99. Nick Anderson putting everything he had on that one. He's the Rays closer here this season, acquired in a trade at the deadline last year. Sent Ryan Stanek and Justin Williams to the Miami Marlins. The main piece in return was this guy right here, Nick Anderson. The 3-0 to Maldonado, and that one is fouled away, so another full count. As they're not going to make this one easy for Anderson, trying to avoid a walk. But you got to be careful with the run lead on what kind of pitches you give these guys. And now the payoff to Maldonado, and it's swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Anderson, and now he's 1 out away from picking up a save. Alex Bregman comes to the plate. He's 0 for 4 in this contest. He's the leadoff man, though. A righty-on-righty matchup. He represents the Astros' final out. The first pitch from Anderson is fouled, it looks like, or maybe it was just missed by the glove of Perez. Either way, it's 0-1. Nick Anderson throws, and that one is fouled back. So like that, the Astros are down to their final strike. The Rays haven't felt a win in their last 6 games. They're trying to get off the schneid. The 0-2 to Bregman. Swing and a miss. He struck him out in the Rays win. Nick Anderson picks up his 6th save of the year. He's now 6 for 7 in save opportunities. Chaz Rowe picks up a win. No decision for the starter, Chirinos. It'll be Chris Davinsky for the Astros to get the loss. The Rays snap a 6-game losing streak here in Houston. They now advance to 9-15. The Astros drop to 12-11. We've still got 2 games left in the series. We'll see you tomorrow for Ryan Yarbrough v. Josh James.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rays, 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 13 men on base. For the Astros, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error.